Hi everyone, Tom Day here. Welcome back to the Default Agent channel, a channel where I teach realtors how to list REO properties, as well as properties in other stages of default. If this is a niche that you're interested in, you're probably curious, well, where are all these foreclosures and when will we see an influx of supply? Well, I just finished reading a report that I think you'll be interested in. It goes over the first 6 months of 2022 and how it compares to prior years. So I'm going to go over this with you and comment on that. This is a report from Adam. They are curators of real estate data across the country. And this is a fresh report on foreclosure activity for the first half of 2022 and how it compares to prior years. You'll see that foreclosure activity peaked in 2010 and has been on the decline, and then bottomed out in 2021 when the foreclosure moratoriums were put in place. Who knows where we would have gone without those moratoriums? The moratoriums are gone now, and as you can see, in the first half of 2022, there are 164,581 foreclosure filings so far in 2022, the first half, which represents a 153% increase from the same period a year ago. Is that a lot? Yes and no. It's not enough to impact the marketplace so far. What is impacting us right now, of course, is the very high mortgage interest rates compared to the end of last year, high inflation, and a decline in consumer sentiment. I think that's going to have a bigger impact on the marketplace for the remainder of the year. Make no mistake about it, we're still in a seller's market, and that may not change this year. We will see. All real estate is local. It's going to begin with certain parts of the country first. And so I'm going to go further into this report and show you where the states with the highest amount of activity is. And here, the article points out that Illinois, New Jersey, Ohio, Delaware, South Carolina, Florida, Nevada, Indiana, and Michigan are the states with the 10 highest foreclosure rates. So if you're living in one of those states, there's a higher chance that you'll see more foreclosures before the others. To dial in a little bit closer into the metropolitan areas, the cities with the highest foreclosure rates are Cleveland, Ohio, Atlantic City, New Jersey, Jacksonville, that's North Carolina, not Florida, Chicago, and Columbia, South Carolina. Now, another factor that could impact your location is the average days to complete a foreclosure. You can see that by this chart that the average days to complete a foreclosure had been on a decline from a high in about 2017. It stopped. That trend stopped dead in third quarter of 2020 and has stayed steady at its current average of 948, which is about 2.5 years roughly, which seems to be about average for Florida. That doesn't seem out of the ordinary to me. But there are states in which there are some very long time frames for completing foreclosures, and those states are Nevada, Hawaii, and New Jersey, which They're 7.5 years roughly, and as well as Louisiana and New York, which aren't far behind. So factor that into your what will happen in your locality. I've been using lately. I've been using a baseball analogy to describe where we are in the foreclosure cycle. We're not even really in the first inning yet. We're not really in the first inning yet. We are in batting practice. There's not much activity, but if you are as bearish on the market as I am, I'm not, Chicken Little type where I think that there's a crash that's imminent. I think that anything significant is still 6 months to a year away. But while I am hoping for the best, I'm preparing for the worst. So you're going to be doing that by, if you haven't already, watch my other videos. And more important, once you've watched those videos, be sure that you're taking action on what you've learned. Doing the BPOs, going to networking events, conferences, getting these certifications that you're going to need to succeed in the years ahead as an REO agent. So I hope this gave you some perspective on what's happening in the marketplace today. Feel free to make commentary on it. I really appreciate your feedback. And I also appreciate it if you'd hit that like button for me, as well as subscribe to my channel. I'm doing this for free. I'm just doing it for the likes and the subscriptions. So please do that for me. I really appreciate it. This is Tom Day, the Default Agent channel, and I will see you next time.